Hey, good Monday morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Significant weather situation definitely this week, so I'll try to sort it all out for you. I think I have a really good look at what's going to happen, and that doesn't mean there won't be some tweaking, some subtle changes, but in the end, it's probably going to be a big mess. And I do see one good thing in this, in that Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening, there's a possibility that up to about Grand Rapids and Saginaw warms above the freezing mark. Southern parts of the state where the ice storm will occur Wednesday night, Thursday morning, could warm into the low 40s, and that would help things significantly, but that would be after an ice accumulation. So let's get to it and kind of give you the details of what's going on. First off, let's just say hi to a few folks like Shannon DeVries from Muskegon. I do not ignore Muskeganites, if that's the word. Um, Say, hey, you never mentioned Muskegon. So, Muskegon, we will mention you in this. And Charlene Monsky from Jerome, good morning. Kathleen Weber from GR, good morning. All right, so let's get to it here. 600 of us on here. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. This is how we do it. And follow us and go to the live video part and allow notifications. You'll get those notifications. I'll have details more on that. They just sent me from the social team something on that. So this is this afternoon's radar forecast, and you're okay to travel definitely today. Now, tonight, an Alberta Clipper is going to be crossing the UP, driving a cold front through lower Michigan tomorrow morning, where we get some rain showers, some lighter snow showers, southern lower Michigan. And then the colder air comes in tomorrow night. And that's what sets us up basically for the ice accumulation and the snow accumulation. So this is Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. First little pieces of the storm system coming toward us with an area of snow basically north of Grand Rapids through the Saginaw area, north toward Cadillac, Traverse City, and Houghton Lake. So that's the first little piece. But the main storm, the main area of precipitation gets its act going Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. So this is Wednesday night, 7 p.m. The purplish is freezing rain. So that's I-94 to the Michigan border. And then a little zone of sleet or mixture in the orange, and then snow. That's, remember, 7 p.m. Wednesday. So at some point, I would say Wednesday afternoon, second half of the afternoon, early evening, it starts to get dangerous in the southern third of lower Michigan. This is 1 a.m. Thursday morning. Heavy, by freezing rain standards, heavy freezing rain, southern third of lower Michigan. A mixture, Grand Rapids through Flint, and then snow, Saginaw northward. 7 a.m. Thursday morning, the main area of freezing rain moving off, temperatures still below freezing, mixture, freezing rain, sleet, snow from Detroit and the border all the way up to Saginaw and Big Rapids. And then this is going to be the most important time period of this whole thing. So we've had a significant ice accumulation Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, southern third of the state, I-94 southward, and some north of I-94. But look at that freezing line. That's the red line stretching from just south of Grand Rapids through the Detroit area. That's at 1 p.m. Thursday. And by 7 p.m. Thursday, it inches north of Grand Rapids through the Saginaw area. So whoever can get above the freezing mark by a few degrees will see any of the ice accumulation melt off. And that's the ice storm zone. So I'm going to call this a temporary but significant ice storm because I'm going to look for probably we should start at, and this is what I've done in a post already, we should start at about a ½ inch to maybe an inch of ice accumulation. Now that sounds pretty ominous. I'm going to show you a model. The models all have about an inch to an inch and a quarter in the heaviest zone of ice. They tend to overdo things a little bit, but it's certainly possible. But I think ½ inch to inch is a good place to start, and then it melts off about 12 to 18 hours after accumulating. So it'll be around enough to do damage to take power down, but it won't be something where, like what we had, we always compare ice storms back to March of 76, where it stayed below freezing for a couple of weeks. So now let's go into Thursday night. We turn over to snow showers, and Friday, the snow showers wind down. But notice that freezing line shoving way to the south. All right, so here's a good look, a little closer look. This is Wednesday evening. And remember, your purple is freezing rain. Freezing rain heavy enough to, freezing rain heavy enough to accumulate. Muskegon, you're in the mix zone leaning towards snow at that time. And Muskegon, you get into the mix to freezing rain in the middle of the night, but on the edge of it, snow versus freezing rain. So you get a mix that helps you lower the ice accumulation, but it also lowers the snow accumulation too. But it gives you this big layer of crud. Now this is 1 a.m. Thursday. That's a very dangerous time period. And 7 a.m. Thursday, we've had the bulk of the heavy precipitation, but we're way below freezing. And then we go to that freezing line. I feel like this is the most important thing I can show you right here. We know there's going to be an ice accumulation, what we'd probably call an ice storm, but when will it melt off, and how far north will that freezing line get to? And this is north of Grand Rapids through Elma to around Saginaw. North side of Saginaw County, northern Saginaw County may not get out of this. Now, fortunately, the areas that do not warm up will also be in the mix zone. So you'll have less ice accumulation, maybe up to a quarter inch. You'll have less snow accumulation, 3 to 5 inches, and you'll have maybe up to an inch of sleet. So it'll be a mess, certainly, but it won't be a pure ice accumulation. All right, what do I have next for you? Okay, so I'm going to show you the European models ice accumulation. This is the pure freezing rain, and this will give you the color zone, the good idea of where you have the heaviest ice accumulation. And again, I feel like models usually are a little bit overdone at this time. They're very accurate. They haven't changed much at all through the winter. Could this shift a county or two north? Yes. County or two south? Yes. But if I-94, Kalamazoo, Jackson, Ann Arbor, Detroit is the middle axis of that ice, if it shifts a county, you still get it in Ann Arbor. If it shifts North County, you still get it in Ann Arbor also. So here we go. Is Flint Lapeer in the freezing rain zone, Alex Bush? Let's take a look. Okay, so this is all through today and tomorrow, no problems. And then this is Wednesday evening. This is 7 p.m. Wednesday. And then we go through Wednesday night when we expect the bulk of the freezing rain. And to Thursday morning, it will have accumulated. So is Flint in the freezing rain zone? It's in the mix. Maybe up to 1/10 of an inch of ice, maybe up to an inch of sleet, and a few inches of snow. But in the freezing rain zone, definitely Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Coldwater, Lansing, Jackson, Oakland County, Detroit area, Ann Arbor, all of that. Now, here again, most important thing, I think. So this is the high temperature forecast, and this is what we call the blend of models. So it's using we're using AI to decipher which model we should lean toward. High temperatures today in the low 40s. Tomorrow, that cold front drives through, and that's the problem. Tomorrow is still above freezing 40 in Detroit, but the colder air is starting to come in. Now, here's Wednesday, and you can see upper 30s to the south, upper 20s to the north. Here is Thursday. So Thursday's high temperature. This is very important. So Saginaw 35, Midland, Saginaw Bay City, North Side 32. The forecast right now. Grand Rapids 41. That would melt off your ice accumulation on the roads, at least, and secondary roads. Going to 33 north of Big Rapids. So the area that would not melt off, I would say Ludington to north of Big Rapids to maybe Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant is a classic spot for cold air to get stuck in there. And maybe to somewhere in Midland and Bay County and into Huron County. That's another classic spot. But if you could wait long enough with the current situation, if you could wait long enough in Flint, Lansing, Grand Rapids, all points southward, Ann Arbor, Detroit, Oakland County, Thursday afternoon or evening could become much safer. Okay, now we got to look at the other thing that you hammer on us, snowfall amounts. What I want you to get out of this is where the heaviest snow will be, the nature of it. Let's call it a 6 to 10 inch snow in its heaviest band. Will there be 11? Will there be 12 inches? Will there be 13 somewhere? It's possible. I doubt it. So let's call it a 6 to 10 inch snow. It's a solid snow, and it's beefy snow. And on the northern edge of it, as it's a colder snow, it's a blow-around snow. That gets you into the Houghton Lake, Cadillac, Traverse City area, northern lower Michigan, where the snow will kind of change nature. So here it is. What I'm going to use here is the Europeans ensemble mode. And this kind of covers my butt some, because that's what I need to do with you when it comes on snowfall. What the ensemble mode means is they take the European model and they run it 31 different ways and they average all those. So it takes the very highest ones out on snowfall, it takes the very lowest ones out, but we find that at this point out, it gives you a good depiction of what kind of snowstorm it will be. And you know, in this, in some places, the pure snowfall totals is the story, and in it, you know, the mixture is kind of lost in the story. So I would call it a 6 to 10 inch snow from somewhere north of Grand Rapids to maybe Saginaw. I feel like Saginaw could be a mix. And on that southern fringe of the 6 to 10, you get the mix in, and sometimes it's 5 inches, but it's my old brownie analogy that I used last week, that, you know, you could have 5 inches of a gooey brownie or 6 inches of a fluffy brownie. It's all going to be a mess, so to speak. So there, let's call it 6 to 10 inch snow from north of Grand Rapids to the Saginaw area to the thumb northward. Okay, and we'll go with tweakings from there. So what you get out of this is today's okay to travel. Tomorrow's not bad in most of lower Michigan. Wednesday morning may not be bad, although there's going to be a little patch of snow coming into central lower Michigan. And then Wednesday afternoon and evening, Wednesday overnight, Thursday early morning will be very dangerous to travel. That's when the bulk of the precipitation will be falling. And if you want to wait till Thursday to travel, you have to hope that the warm comes in. That's the thing that we'll really be tracking here the next couple of days. That'll be the whole key to how long the mess lasts. And if you want to travel on Thursday, if you can wait till late afternoon or evening, the roads could improve dramatically in the ice storm zone if temperatures start to warm into the upper 30s and low 40s. There it is. It's the soap opera of the weather storm of the week. I will continue to keep you updated. Hopefully, you got some good information out of this and know when to travel, when not to travel, what you might expect as an initial first forecast, I would call it. And with all of the data consistent on something like this, yes, some tweakings on snowfall amounts, maybe some shift by a county or two north or south on the bands, but probably not, a complete reversal of a forecast. So we'll keep you updated. It's best I can do on MLive. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Make sure you bookmark the mlive.com/weather page, and you can see all the updates as we get the new data. Take care. Have yourselves a great Monday.